this is a workshop training seminar dealing with attitudes in the organization, which is in Chapter 4 of your organizational theory textbook. So we're going to test your knowledge to see how well you have learned Chapter 4. We're going to first off by unscrambling these words, and then we're going to eventually match them to their definition. So for the first word right here, can y'all take a guess at what that is?
Is that giraffe?
Giraffe?
Graph?
Jordan, you didn't even raise your hand. Yes, Sarah.
I think that is effect.
And effect is correct. Good job. All right, let's move on to the second one. Any guesses?
Cappuccino.
Jordan, I don't think cappuccino is in our book.
Is it cognitive?
Cognitive. Good job, Sarah. Cognition. And the third one. Okay, Jordan. Let Sarah have a chance.
Is intention, right?
Intention. Great. I can tell you read the chapter.
I did.
And take a shot at the last one. Jordan, I hope you can get it.
Security.
Security? I don't even think it's a word. Yes, Sarah.
Attitude.
Attitudes. It's what the whole section is about. Great job. Jordan, I think it would help if you didn't have your finance book. Maybe that's why you didn't know any of these words. Maybe you can match them to their definition. Let's try effect. Do y'all know which one effect is? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Together.
It's 3.
3. Let's see. And it is the third one. A person's feeling towards something is affect. Cognition. Who can take a guess at that one? Yes, Sarah.
It's 2.
Number 2. It is number 2. Cognition is the knowledge a person presumes to have about something. All right, Jordan, you have a 50-50 shot. Would you like to give it a try?
It's the first one.
First one? Let's see. And it's the last one. It's actually a component of an attitude that guides a person's behavior is intention. Now, Jordan, I'm going to give you the very last one, and I really hope you can get this with the correct book and with only one choice left.
It's gonna be number 1.
Number 1. Finally, attitudes is a person's complexes of beliefs and feelings about specific ideas, situations, or other people. Okay, and further into the chapter, we had this diagram, and it's saying that attitudes are generally formed around a sequence of cognition, affect, and behavioral intentions, kind of what we just talked about. And that is we come to know something that we believe to be true, which is cognition, and this knowledge triggers a feeling, which is known as affect. Cognition and affect together influence how we intend to behave in the future. So using this, can y'all unscramble these words to see what 2 things lead to what 1 thing? Sarah.
The first one is cognition, right over there.
Cognition leads to
Effect.
good job. I think you're learning, Jordan. Awesome job with the right book. And cognition and affect both lead to, together,
Behavioral intentions.
behavioral intention is correct. Awesome job, ladies. I hope you learned a lot from this Module 1. And now we'll move on to Module 2.
To Module 2. We're going to be playing Hangman. So whenever you guys are ready, you can start guessing letters.
Can we look in the book first?
Go for it.
My book?
Sarah, you should have brought your book. You should have already read Chapter 4.
I mean, here's my finance book, and I can help you. I'm gonna go with C.
C is correct.
All right. O. Got the vowels.
O is up there. Very good.
I'll give you a chance.
H. H is incorrect.
Okay, J.
J is incorrect. Look, you're already adding a body.
It's probably G.
G is correct.
I.
I is up there as well. Very good.
Woohoo. N.
N is correct. 3 N's.
Ooh, F.
F. There is no F. You just add an arm.
F. Really?
You.
There is no you.
No,
He's got 2 arms and a body and a head now, Sarah.
Vowel, so I'm gonna go with A.
A is up there.
Seriously? Are you kidding me? S.
There's
Ooh,
2 S's.
2 of them.
Very good, Sarah.
Yes. What about P?
There is no P.
What about D?
I guess like
Cognitive dissonance.
correct.
Woo! It's right here on page 126, chapter 4. If you had read the chapter, you probably would have known.
I created that.
Yeah, that was all from you.
So you won Hangman. You didn't. His whole body isn't up there. So
Well, at least we
very
still
good.
won.
Cognitive distance is the inability or conflict between behavior and an attitude, or between 2 different attitudes. Do you guys understand that? Understand what it means?
I think so. It's right in the book.
All right, I'm gonna test you a little bit more. Okay, how to cope with dissonance. So this is gonna be a true and false. Do you think you could change your behavior, or is that false?
I would say true.
True is correct.
The next one has to be false.
So for number 2, reduce the felt dissonance by reasoning. True or false, Sarah?
I think that's
True.
false.
No, true.
No, it's false. The
probably
first one
true.
was true.
And it's true
True.
again. Better luck next time.
2 for 2.
How can they both
Number
be
3,
true?
change your attitude. True or false?
And true.
True is correct, Courtney. You are on a roll. Now, Sarah, this last one's all for you. Seek additional information to better reason.
I think it's false because the rest are true.
You think so?
Yeah,
Say
it
your,
has to be.
Sarah, look
say
at
your
the book.
final answer.
Sarah, look in the book. Use
Are
your
you
knowledge
sure?
about what we just learned about.
False.
The answer is true.
Sarah, I gave you my book. It's okay.
Sarah, I think some extra studying is in your future. Now we're gonna do a fill in the blank, right? So aware of dissonance by deciding not to reduce it. So your blank is the important of the element that is creating the dissonance. Sarah?
It's word box, isn't it?
That is an option. Your options are reward, perception, and influence. Would you like me to take another guess?
Influence?
No, it's perception.
The answer is your perception
Right
of the
in the
importance
book.
of the element that is creating the dissonance. Number 2, the amount of blank you feel you have over these elements is
Influence.
influence is correct. The amount of influence you feel you have over these elements. Lastly, this one should be easy,
I know
Sarah.
this one.
You know this one?
Yes. Reward.
It is reward. The reward involves the dissonance. Very good. Now that is the end of Module 2.
Alright class, now we are going to go over Module 3. I know that you guys have gone over Module 1 and 2, so we're going to continue. Hopefully you guys actually read your book, so let's see. Attitudes are not as stable as personality attributes. This has to do with attitude change. Attitudes can also change when the object of the attitude becomes less important or less relevant to the person. And then deeply rooted attitudes that have a long history are of course resistant to change. So now that I gave you guys some definitions and we're gonna do some scenarios. So Courtney, can you give me a scenario for attitudes are not stable as personality attributes?
So, like, when you tell us we have a test and we actually have to study for it, man, I don't like that. It kind of makes me feel upset.
Okay, yeah, so that is correct. Great example, but we are talking about the workplace here, Courtney. Yeah.
Well,
so,
can you give me an example?
I can. So if a manager comes in and is in a bad mood, that is not dependent on the actual job. It might just depend that he had a problem at home and he came in with that bad mood, Or if a manager's in a bad mood, it makes another employee in a bad mood, just because there's different things that could set off an employee.
So I still have to study for your test.
Yes, Courtney, you have to study for the test. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Jordan, can you give me an example for attitudes can also change when the object of the attitude becomes less important or less relevant to the person?
Is that kind of like me when I want to study and I know I have to study, but I choose to hang out with my friends and I know that in class Courtney and I are going to get the same test and Courtney's going to let me cheat off her?
Yes, but I don't think you should be telling me that. So
I'm not gonna study anyway, so.
Thank you for the honesty though, Jordan. So I'm gonna give an example for the next one, so I keep my job.
Okay.
Deeply rooted attitudes that have a long history are of course resistant to change. So this is gonna be if someone has done something for a long time and then the company decides, oh, we're gonna implement some changes in the company. That's not gonna make that person very happy. So I really don't want to ask this, but Courtney, do you have an example maybe?
Yeah, I do actually. So, all my other teachers here have let me in their classroom 3 minutes late every class. You're the only teacher my senior year, final semester, and you don't let me do it. And that makes me have an attitude.
That is a great example, Courtney. I'm sorry I asked.
I'm sorry too.
We're gonna go on to the next worksheet. So I want you guys to tell me what the actual words are for these definitions. So reflects our attitudes and feelings about our job. Does anyone have a clue? You can look in your book. Did anyone bring?
Is it bad mood?
That's finance. That's not.
You got your book.
Yeah, I got it right here. It doesn't mean I know where the stuff is.
What chapter is this, teacher?
This is chapter 4.
I take a wild guess. Is it bad mood?
Good one, Jordan. Good one. I mean, I see something about here about job satisfaction. I guess.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you.
That's right.
Yes. Lord. Okay. Job satisfaction.
Yeah.
Ladies, I really need you guys to focus, okay?
I got it right.
Reflects the degree to which an employee identifies with the organization and its goals and wants to stay with the organization. Any idea? Anyone, please?
Let's talk about organization.
Yeah.
Goals, organization.
So I'm reading something right here that says organization commitment.
Organization.
Thank you, Jordan. Thank you so much. Okay, last one. You guys could do this. I believe in you. A heightened emotional and intellectual connection that an employee has for his or her job, organization, manager, or coworkers that in turn influence him/her to apply additional discretionary effort to his or her work.
Employee. Yeah, it's got employee in there a few times.
Enlargement?
Nah, I think it says right here that it's employee engagement.
Employee
Engagement, not enlargement.
Good job. Good job. All right, ladies, and thank the Lord. This is the end of Module 3.
Awesome.